Hi, fellow traders. I hope you guys had a great day today. I can finally say I had a good day. It's been a while, but it's been too far in between, but did pretty good today. I had to put in some work. Now I had to grab my lunch pail and roll my sleeves up and get to work. But sometimes that's what we got to do. Because guys, I know this market is hard. I know this. But we must fight through it. We can't quit. We can't take a break right now. Not right now. This is the time that we'll learn. This is the fourth quarter, and we are building momentum to start 2020 out right. Now, I said last year, we said 2019 was going to be our year, and it has been our year. It's been a tough year, but a lot of you guys have turned a corner, and you made some good strides in your trading career. Now, some of you guys just kept turning and went the hell back the other way. But I've sent Tomater back there to grab you. So we're going to get you squared away. But 2019 was our year. 2020, we're looking to make it even better. Now is when you learn, you develop. And this market, being the way it is, offers many learning opportunities. And if you're reflecting the right way and you're taking notes of what's going on, you're going to make it. Now, I know one of the biggest problems that a lot of new traders have is they'll learn, like, I'll use me for instance. If I'm teaching and I'm teaching you a strategy and I use several different examples, and then you go out the next day and you try to trade whatever stock sets up the exact same way I did in the example, or if you saw me trade a stock ABC and then you went and tried to put the same thing I traded on another stock without adjusting for the stock itself and the chart and the market conditions, you're probably going to lose. And that's where experience comes in. That's where taking these trades over and over and over again until you really get it down. Because in all of these markets, you're going to know how to employ your strategy. When to sit on your hands, when to push the envelope. And sometimes I anticipated yesterday that it was going to be a good day, and it wasn't. But I knew how to reel it back in. And that's everything that we're trying to teach you here. So I know it's hard. I know it's tough now, but we got to fight through it. Grab your lunch pail, grab your broom, because it's a mess, but we can get it right. All right. Do have some Roadmap to Success memberships. This is the best deal I got going. 6 months, all access to everything, classes, recordings, plus the one-on-one mentoring. And sometimes, like today, it worked out. During a mentor session, we got in a trade. And that does a lot. It's surprising how much that can do. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does. It falls into the right time and the right place, and things work out. But those mentor sessions are designed to help you stay on the right track. And it's not for you to wait until you start making money trading or being a consistent trader. It's to help you get to that point. So if your trading looks like yesterday's garbage, there's nothing wrong with that. Mine looks like that sometimes. We just have to fix it and keep on trucking. And this is a good way to do it. So take advantage. All right, tomorrow, having a live stream. If you want to see me trade these strategies live, I do this every day. I'll be streaming from 8:30 to 11. You'll watch me build my watch list, get prepped for the morning, and then trade these strategies. It's what I do every day. So come in and check us out. You'll see just how much you can learn and why it's important to see these things happen live as a part of your learning process. So tomorrow, right back here on YouTube at 8:30. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel and you'll get automatic notification when I go live. All right, so let's take a look at this spot here. You can see the last couple of days we haven't really been doing much. Look at the volume. Monday. Yesterday we were set to have a worse day, but we got some Brexit news or something that came in toward the end of the day, bumped up some volume in the market. Look at today. Today is even worse than Monday. But we were fortunate to find some volatility in the morning. But after that, it was choppiness. And a lot of people mix up or they mistake choppiness for volatility. That's not what we're looking for. Choppiness is not volatility. Choppiness is choppiness. It typically is a product of low volume. When the volume is kind of low in the market, low in the stock that we're trading, we get a little bit of choppiness. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. But you got to take advantage of the volatility when it's there. If it's there early in the morning and by 10 o'clock it's gone, then we got to take advantage of that. All right, so CAT. This one was on our watch list. You can see we got all the way down on the initial earnings announcement, but then it just kind of worked its way back up. So at the open, we made a fake breakout. So this, you wouldn't have traded this. You shouldn't have really traded this because here's the opening range high, but you've got the pre-market high sitting right here. And this flashed up. This was not up long enough for you to really get in this trade. If you did, I'd be surprised. But you can see we came back and we sold off. We sold through all of this support. We got a bounce here. And so I was like, this is looking good for trend continuation. Now, even though we had some wicked out candles here, I felt, we're just running into, the supply zone. You got some people positioning themselves. We should make a move all the way back down to this 130.24 level, at least. At a minimum, we would get stuck at this intraday support. This was pre-market. This was intraday. If anything, we would get stuck here again, which was still some decent profit. But it caught hold, caught some bids, it took off. And it never looked back. Okay, never looked back. So this was an excellent bear trap for me because it looked so good. If I saw it tomorrow, I would take it again. There's nothing about this that would tell me, hey, Ed, don't trade it. Nothing about this. The volume is okay because it's over 50,000 shares. And on this stock, it typically trades relatively well. But today, it just burned me. So that was CAT. We'll look at the other stock I traded here. I'm going to do that last because we're just going to analyze it. But this was another stock that was on my watch list. Here's the opening range, high and low. I got the colors mixed. This should be red, this should be green, but you get the idea. There was no trade in this for me. If we went short, I was on it. But to the long side, too much traffic. And you can see it took a while to get through all of this. Now, it did work its way up. And if you got in it and just held it by chance, you were able to make some money on it. But this was not a clean trader. So, if I bought in here, I run into that level, and then we had the pre-market high right here. Then we had this level, and we had the 100 period. So it was just too much for me to go through. So I stayed away from this one. Roku, obviously this thing goes crazy at the open, so I just wasn't going to roll the dice on it. But you can see huge candle. We did get the opening range breakout, run right up to the 200. So you did get about a point opportunity here. It went straight through it, but look at the deep pullbacks. This is why I don't like trading Roku when it doesn't really have a solid catalyst and it's just kind of chopping around with the market. Yes, it makes these huge chops, but to me it's untradeable. I'm not willing to risk as much as I would need to risk in order to trade this when it doesn't have a really solid catalyst. So that was Roku. It did make my watch list, but it just did not trade smooth enough for me to even think about trading it. So the stock that I did trade, IRBT, and I know first thing you're gonna say, yeah, you did a video on over trading yesterday. It looks like you over traded this stock. No, there's no over trading here. There's no chasing this or chasing that. Every entry and exit, well, maybe except for one, was a solid entry. Well, not all of them were. I can't think of any of them that I wouldn't do again tomorrow. But we'll break this down and look at these a little closer. But really, really solid trading on this. Really, so I was really happy. Nice volatility at the open. And then, I missed a reversal here, but a couple of guys took the reversal trade. It hit our reversal scan. And I honestly should have flipped it here. But I was so damn happy I got this move, I didn't know what to do. So that kind of slipped my mind. So let's break this down a little bit closer. Here's the opening range trade. Textbook opening range breakout. We got the opening range set. This candle opened, sold a little bit. But once we broke the opening range high, we jumped in. Reason being, here's the pre-market high. We're broken over that. Nothing up here but the 200. And then we had the previous 52-week low. So there was nothing preventing us from getting there. So I got in, and the reason why I didn't take it off here is because I was looking for some more. Caught the first target, second target. Maybe I should have held this for the 200, but this was a good area to take profit. So I had it here, and I was looking for a move through the 200. I was looking to take this off around 49.50 because I felt we would reject here. I felt we would get a pullback and then another run back up through the 200. That was my thought, what I was telling you guys, but it didn't work. Some of you guys caught the reversal. Excellent trade, right down to the 5-minute opening range high. We bounced, and I'm looking for the move back up to the 200. I was going to take half off here and look for it to keep ripping. And obviously somebody else had different thoughts. I have no idea why the hell this thing crapped out right here. I have no idea why. And we'll probably never know. Only the people that did this. But I got in, had to hold through this deep pullback. This one wasn't as deep, but it kept going. We never did close, below this level here. We never did close below the 20. We tested it. We tested the opening range high, but never could close below it. So got in on this looking for continuation up, looking for that bounce. Did not make it. Ended up having to stop out here. All right, so, and it's understandable because, yeah, honestly, we did start losing some volume. But over 100,000 shares is very tradable. For per 5-minute candle, this is not bad at all. This was probably the worst candle right here, but these other ones are okay. I could trade this volume, but this one didn't work. So we've got really nice trade here and kind of got the boot on this one. So let's look at the next trade. So here's where we were in the just starting the mentor session, just starting it. And we were like, you know what? This looks just like the bear trap that they always set for us, where we get a stock, it sells through and closes below the level, but then the next candle never confirms it and it gets bought up. And I was like, yeah, you know what? That is right. And so we took it long. We took it long based on, that setup that we see every day. That this bear trap, this is a failed bear trap, so to speak. So we got in this candle. It did pull back. This candle opened, could not make a lower low. Because had it made a lower low, trade would have been dead. It never did. It kept pushing. Didn't quite make it to where we wanted it to, so we took some profit. And I'm glad we did because it came all the way back and stopped us out at break even. And then we had another pullback. This is a nice reversal candle. This is, if you remember the classes on price action, you know what this candle is telling you. And we know what we're looking for out of this candle. And we got it. As soon as we broke over the 20, the 9, and the VWAP, we nailed it. Nailed the entry here because this is what we're risking on. We got in here risking on all of this support, and had this broken down, we will be out of the trade. But we got a nice rip all the way up to the 200. Covered some there, or sold some here at the 200. And we were waiting for 49. This just didn't quite get there. So I ended up taking it off. And, taking half off here. And then this came all the way back and stopped me out from this entry right here. And what we were looking for, like, this is when I had to take off. And I was telling you guys, I was honestly looking for this to potentially sell off. Because if we got below this, man, the bottom is wide open. I mean, wide open. But it held. We did not sell through. We did not confirm a loss of the VWAP. Here, this candle never closed below it. Even though this is where I had to take it off at break even. I actually got a little bit of slippage on this, but that's all right. But this candle sold. It closed below the VWAP. This candle never did make a new low. So we're coming up. Now, I had to wait. I was not going to buy into all of this. I had to wait until we got over this 20 before I felt good about buying it. Got over the 20. Got the entry here. Worked it up. First target. Right around at 48.50 think it was at 48.55. And then the next target was going to be 49.50. And just could not get there. So had to take it off at the close. So that was that. That was the end of our trading day. So really nice. Really nice. $400.85. And we're trading a relatively small account, just over $3,000. And these are the type trades you can get if you're consistent with your execution. Some may not work out, but you stay locked in. And you trade the setups. We didn't chase anything. We didn't flip back and forth, back and forth. We traded the setups. And when you do that, you're not over trading. But when you're chasing things, when you're going from stock to stock, and this person says this stock is moving, that person says this stock is moving, and you're going around and around and around, then that's over trading. You don't need to do that. Now, we have a small watch list every day. 3 to 5 stocks that we start with. We narrow it down going into the morning. And this is how we trade the earnings season. Well, this is how we trade all year. But we have more action in the earnings season because we have more to choose from. Better selection of stocks. All right, so if you're really curious about it, come and check us out tomorrow. I'll be right here on YouTube, 8:30 in the morning. And we'll see if we can have another good day tomorrow. So you guys take care. Have a great night. And I will see you in the morning.